How's it going, gamers? This is RebelX here in the War Room, and today we're looking at the top 5 best Halo games. So let's get into that list right here, right now. Alright gamers, let's talk about the first game here, which is Halo ODST. Now, Halo ODST takes place between Halo 2 and Halo 3, and it was one of the first games that you couldn't play as Master Chief or even as the Arbiter. You were not a high-powered soldier that can go charging into the enemy lines, taking down 10-20 soldiers. You actually were an ODST soldier who was a Special Forces soldier sent in to figure out what had happened to the city that you first travel in Halo 2. This offered such a unique experience because this was actually one of the first games that you didn't have overshields. You had to play in a much more of a tactical sense. You couldn't go out there guns blazing or you'd be torn apart. And frankly, it really gave a unique experience that the Halo franchise, in my opinion, needed at the time. So if you do get the chance, play ODST. It is well worth your time and a great game to dive into further in the Halo series. Alright gamers, the next game on our list is Halo 3. Now Halo 3 for me, this game had just an incredible sense of scope and the immersion in the story. I mean, the battlefields were huge, the story itself was very entertaining, the missions, taking down a Scarab, finally coming to an end of the Halo series itself really gave this game a chance to shine. The multiplayer too was also very good as well, but this actually offered a unique co-operative experience that even today stands out. 4-player co-op, you can't go wrong with that. It was one of the first Halo games to offer that. So if you do get the chance, play Halo 3. The sheer scope alone will be well worth your time to dive into. Alright gamers, let's talk about Halo Wars. Now Halo Wars was an RTS game that came out for both the Xbox and also for the PC. And this is the only Halo game that was based in an RTS form, which is kind of upsetting for me because Halo is such a unique universe. But needless to say, you could play this game both as the Covenant and as the human race in multiplayer. For the single player campaign, you can only play as the human race. But overall, this was a really great Halo game that was kind of under the radar. So if you are a fan of Halo, Halo Reach, or any of those other games out there, you owe it to yourself to try Halo Wars. This is the one chance you can play as not only a group of Master Chiefs, but have your own army to wage war against the Covenant. I mean, come on, how cool is that? Alright gamers, now time for the granddaddy of them all, Halo 1, or as it officially is known as Halo Combat Evolved. This is where it all started. If you've played any of the Halo games but not Halo 1, first of all, you're crazy not to have played Halo 1 first, and second of all, if you haven't played Halo 1, go out there, play it, you will love it. This game, for when it first came out back in the early 2000s, was just ahead of its time. The multiplayer, the campaign itself, the graphics, the AI was all just spectacular. If there has to be at least one Halo game that you have to play amongst this list, Halo 1 has got to be up there. It is such a unique experience, you owe it to yourself to check it out. Alright gamers, last but certainly not least, Halo Reach. Now Halo Reach for me is probably by far the best Halo game I've ever played, and yes, that's even going up against Halo 1. Why? Because for me, Halo Reach, I actually felt like I was part of this war, that I was part of a unit, that was trying to figure out what was going on. This actually takes place at the beginning of the Covenant Wars, and you get to dive in and see how things set up to lead to Halo 1, and then obviously on to Master Chief's journey. But really, I got so invested to the characters, the squad, noble squad that you're with, that this is really such a unique experience. The multiplayer was great as well. It was a whole new, refurbished moment of the multiplayer that really needed to be done. So if you really have to play any Halo games, any at all, recommend Halo 1 first, but then definitely Reach. Alright gamers, that's all the time we have for today. Hope you enjoyed our top 5 best Halo games. Feel free to check out the War Room, subscribe, and follow us. Check out our other vids as well, and we will see you guys next time in the War Room.